Corrupt politicians, inefficient management of international loans, mismanaged taxations are just some of the reasons which can cause a currency to lack trust and lose its value in an incredibly short period of time. Today, it is worth something, and tomorrow, almost nothing. There is no single solution which can fix this, but there is a change, a magic wand, which largely seems to be ignored because it seems complicated, almost impossible, and perhaps even undesirable for some. A single, stable, decentralized global currency. It would reduce currency volatility irrespective of your local economic or political unrest.
The idea is to have an international monetary system in order that the speculations on currencies will come to an end.
So this would be something like the euro was adopted for Europe. You're talking about a world currency.
Yes, you're not.
They're doing it in sections. The European currency, the euro, and the European Constitution is one part of it. Now they're trying to do it in America with the North American Union, right? And they want to create a new currency called the Amero.
The Amero is the proposed new currency for the North American community, which is being developed right now between Canada, the U.S., and Mexico to make a borderless community, much like the EU, and the dollar, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar, and the Mexican peso replaced by the Amero.
NAFTA back in 1992, and there's been some other conferences more recently thinking about opening up trade in the United States between Canada and Mexico and sort of making a bigger free trade area. And rumors got started that as part of this, we were going to introduce a continent-wide new currency called the Amero, sort of like how the European Union has the euro.
Let's look at a morning must-read off his important essay on the collapse of the U.S. dollar. America's savings current account problems are about to come into play with a vengeance. The rest of the world is starting to look less bad. A weaker dollar, it would boost U.S. competitiveness, but only for a while. Notwithstanding the hubris of American exceptionalism, no leading nation has ever devalued its way to sustain prosperity. Stephen Roach, could it be that big of a dollar move where we move from depreciation to a consideration of devaluation?
Well, Tom, I mean, the problem with the U.S. and its saving current account imbalances is that they were already setting us up for a problem before the pandemic hit.
Economic Community for West African States, ECOWAS, has adopted a single currency to be launched by 2020. The ECO was adopted in Abuja, Nigeria on Saturday at a meeting of the 15-member country regional bloc. Adoption of a single currency by the West African member states has been on the discussion table for 30 years.
Eastern African countries also have plans for a new single currency by 2030. Following the recent establishment of the ECO, the new West African single currency to be adopted by ECOWAS by 2020, the East African community is not being left behind. The East African Monetary Union is at an important stage in the process of implementing one East African currency. The protocol was adopted in accordance with the EAC Treaty and signed in November 2013. It laid groundwork for one East African Monetary Union by 2023 and allowed the EAC partner states to progressively converge their currencies into one single currency.
As the world navigates uncharted territory where COVID-19 is concerned, members of the Caribbean community are relying on each other now more than ever before. And as regional leaders negotiate better trade deals, the issue of a common currency is again in the spotlight. Bank of Jamaica Governor Richard Biles addressed the matter recently at a press briefing.
The Caribbean community, CARICOM, is arguably stronger together. Over the years, the regional bloc has managed to agree on several crucial matters. But when it comes to a common currency, the members have largely been at odds. Now that the COVID-19 pandemic might be ushering in a new norm, CARICOM heads are reviving these ideas. Bank of Jamaica Governor Richard Biles now weighing in.
So it's possible in CARICOM also. We just have to agree on that harmonized monetary policy and a responsible fiscal policy throughout all the territories.
Right, there'll be no more cash. And this is giving me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. And all money will be in your chips. And so instead of having cash.
So in this context, and in my position as head of the IMF, I would like to explore three particular areas. First, I want to frame the issue in terms of the changing nature of money and the fintech revolution. Second, I would like to evaluate the role of central banks in this new financial landscape, especially in relation to providing digital currency. And third, I would like to look at the downsides, the risks, if you will, and consider how they can be minimized.
We also extended our conversation and talked about a couple of interesting areas. I think Brian Chung might like one of these, and it's digital currencies that central banks might issue. We also talked about regulating some of the biggest tech companies in the world. Take a listen.
It's actually happening. When you look at the Caribbean islands and the Caribbean central banks and the Bahamas, actually, you have, I believe, 4 or 5 islands which together have decided at central bank level to go with a digital currency. So central bank digital currency is coming alive.
The goals of the banking industry, not just the Federal Reserve System, but the private banks in Germany and England, all over Italy, all over the world, they all work together. They're all central banks. The whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips.
Try with another person's phone. OMG. Wow. Cool, huh?
The tiny implant is the latest advance in a biohacking technology that is steadily becoming a part of normal life in Sweden.
We have created a new implant, which is not a chip, it's a full device where you can add different lights, different vibration, different functions. Sweden is a very tech-literate society. And I think this is the main explanation, really, why a lot of Swedes are adopting chip implants.
Swedes haven't been shy about upgrading themselves with the new version. Thousands already have microchip implants that they use in their daily lives, waving their hand to gain entrance to the gym, confirm their ID, or make payments.
When Elias Brotberger goes to work, he doesn't need ID. And he doesn't need money. In fact, much of what he needs to get through the day is hidden right there, just below the surface, in his hand.
Like to touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, weird. Yeah, it's like a grain of rice.
Yeah, a grain of rice.
Embedded in his hand is a microchip that serves as his keys, his ID, and his wallet.
Yeah, it's all in chip, so I use it like to get around the building.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks.
Westby might just have a hand in shaping the future. The CEO of vending machine maker 3 Square Market literally opening doors with automation that's turning some workers into high-tech machines of sorts.
This is a lot more than just some sort of novelty to you.
It is. It's reality. With all of the interest we've seen in it, I can tell this is definitely the future.
By injecting a rice-sized microchip into a willing employee's hand, all kinds of data can be programmed into them, from driver's licenses and medical ID cards to logging onto computers.
You have to hold it up to something such as this.
Even purchasing snacks in the company break room.
All of this inches us towards to more stable, secure place where we inches towards a true financial and economic inclusivity, where every citizen in this world has the same choice, same dignity, and same opportunity. A single, stable, decentralized currency